Hello everyone, Chapter 5 Judiciary. Today we talk about public interest litigation. What is this and how it is beneficial for poor people? Does everyone have access to the court? Our constitution says that all citizens of India can access the court in the country. This implies that every citizen has a right to justice through the courts. As you read earlier, the court play a very significant role in protecting our fundamental rights, play as a guardian of our fundamental rights. If any citizen believe that their rights are violating, their right being violated, that they can approach the court to justice. They can approach the court for justice. So what is the problem? The problem is it okay that the court are available for all, and in reality the access to court always been difficult for the vast majority of the poor in India. As you know, the vast majority in our country are poor. So the legal process involved a lot of money, paperwork, and as well as take up lots of time. And those people are depend on their daily wages. How these all things possible for them? So the idea of going or to reach the justice to this category, the idea of going to court to get justice often seems remote. Those are face difficulty to get justice. So the constitution introduce new kind of mechanism. That devise a mechanism of this is public interest litigation. It means that everyone underline this. Why it was introduced by Constitution, by Supreme Court, to increase access to justice. It means that anybody or any organization can file a case in the High Court or the Supreme Court on behalf of those who are unable to defend themselves, but whose rights have been violated. Such a case is called public interest litigation, PIL. There is no denying fact that all citizens have got right to seek the justice in courts. But in reality, for the vast majority of the poor in India, the access to court was quite difficult. Firstly, the legal process require, as I have already told you, a lot of money or a lot of paperwork, and it take up a lot of time. In such circumstances, for a poor person, who cannot read or write and whose income is very less, those are depend on the daily wages, it became quite impossible to go to court and get justice. Keeping all these things in mind, the Supreme Court is early 1980 devised a mechanism of public interest litigation to make access to justice much easier. As a result of this decision, any individual or organization was allowed to file PIL in a High Court or the Supreme Court on the behalf of those who themselves unable to file a case in court. Who's right? Whose rights are violated? The legal process was also simplified, and simple letter or telegram addressed to a high court or the Supreme Court was to be regarded as a PIL. So in a very simple way, like through only letter or telegram, they can file their case in court. This new mechanism was used to rescue bonded labor from working in inhuman conditions. The PIL was also used to secure the release the prisoner from the jail who were wrongly kept in jail even after the expiry of their punishment time. It is worthy to note that the midday meal now given to children in most of the municipal and government school is because of a PIL, public interest litigation. Now we can imagine the importance of PIL providing justice to the people. Look at here everyone, justice delay is justice denial. Often used to characterize this extended time period that courts take. This is another issue that greatly affect the common man's access to justice is the long delay which so often take place in getting justice. We often read in the newspaper that in certain cases it took as many as 20 years to get a case decided. Scholars feel that all such delay amount to negation of the principle of justice. So they opine that the justice delay is justice denied. In fact, there is no exaggeration in saying so. An accident victim require immediate attention to save his life, isn't it? So let us understand through this example that the accident victim require immediate attention to save his life, but the little delay is giving him compensation, especially when he is poor and has got no money to pay for the treatment, can prove very harmful and dangerous for him. We know a case where the Gopal went to money lender for getting loan 1 lakh, or if you remember the case of Hakim Sheikh who fell down from the train. The next one is, how does Olga Telgi versus Bombay municipal case prove that the right to livelihood is a part of right to life? Let us talk about this case. The court play a crucial role in interpreting the fundamental rights of the citizen. The court interpret the right to life is given in the Article 21 of the Constitution to include the right to life and include the right to food. That is why the state was ordered to take step to providing midday meal in the all municipality school and government schools. Only because of the Article 21, in the right to life, and right to food is also including that. The judgment of the Olga Telis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation case in 1985 tried to prove that the right to livelihood is a part of right to life. Same way the right to food. Giving judgment in this case, the judge observe an equal importance, fact of judge observe equal importance, right to life and right to livelihood, because no person can live without the mean of living, that is the mean of livelihood. If he has no earning, how he can enjoy his life, how he can live his life. So trying to protect the livelihood of the slum dweller, the judge said the petitioner live in the slum and or on the pavement because they have to be small jobs in the city, and for them there is nowhere else to live. So that is why they were they live on slums and pavement. They choose a pavement and slum in the vicinity of their place of the work, and do the loss of pavement and the slum is to lose the job. So the conclusion therefore that the removing the petitioner will lead to deprivation of their livelihood. This is the case. So in judgment, the right to livelihood is a part of right to life. As the same way, the right of food is a part of right to life.